maximum capacity of 5,029, built in 1989. Jack V. Murphy Stadium in Gladewater, Texas, the antique capital of the Lone Star State, is our location tonight for the final game, Game 3 of 3 of the 2024 Northeast Texas Football Classic, presented by the Northeast Texas Star Foundation. Hello, everybody. Welcome up top at Jack V. Murphy Stadium and Bears Field. Jared Jones, happy to be with you for Saturday evening football. It was an upset that began this trio of contests starting on Thursday with the Gladewater Bears, the home team, defeating the currently number 2 ranked Tigers of Dangerfield to open their season. The very next night, the Elysian Fields Yellow Jackets defeating the Tenneha Tigers in regulation. And our final game is a good old-fashioned catfight as Big Sandy takes on Winona. As both teams enter the field, we'll go over both ball clubs and give you a good old-fashioned tell of the tape. And also, we'll have the national anthem that's being performed by the Purple Gents of Wiley College. All that and more in the pregame from the Antler Sports Network family of platforms. This is Texas High School Football.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
There are trucks, then there's the truck, GMC Sierra. Available with the V8 engine. The Super Cruise hands-free driving experience. And of course, the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. Not just any truck, the truck.
Here in the pregame, singing the national anthem, as previously mentioned, this year's Purple Gents from Wiley College. Good on you, fellas. The Purple Gents of Wiley College with a beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Coming into this contest, both teams, fair to say, very familiar with one another. The 48th all-time meeting between these Big Sandy Wildcats and Winona Wildcats. Their first meeting was back in the year 1960. Big Sandy won that game 70-6. The Big Sandy Wildcats also lead the all-time series but by a very close margin. 24 wins for Big Sandy, 23 for Winona, and 1 tie. However, although a very storied rivalry, a rivalry that hasn't been renewed in a while. Last time these two teams faced off was back in 2013. And the last time that Big Sandy was able to knock off the Winona Wildcats was back in 2012. That score, an absolute barn burner, 33-32. Also, this is the first time that these two teams have met in a neutral site contest. So a lot of firsts, but lots of history being renewed. So we go down, look down at the field for the coin toss for tonight's game. Winona looks like they have won the toss and have elected to defer to the second half. Big Sandy will take over on offense to begin this game. The Big Sandy Wildcats in their all blue from head to toe. Blue hats with a golden face mask. Blue tops with gold lettering and numerals with a thin white trim. Blue bottoms and tall white socks. Winona, the designated visiting team tonight, in their all-white tops and bottoms. Black hats with the golden W across both sides of the helmet. White tops with gold lettering and numerals with a black trim. And gold and black piping along the shoulders. White pants, yellow striping along them as well. As the officiating crews trade pleasantries and get prepared for kickoff, we are set to go. The final game of opening weekend here in the 2024-25 season, and we've already had fireworks galore across East Texas. The Carthage Bulldogs falling to the Kilgore Bulldogs. We saw a big upset here just about 48 hours ago, almost exactly 48 hours ago, as these hometown Gladewater Bears defeated the number 2 team in the land in the Dangerfield Tigers to get this Northeast Texas Football Classic started. And now we finish it off with an all-Wildcat contest. Kicking things off for Winona is going to be number 11, Rafael Chavez, the wide receiver slash defensive back, the senior, looking to get things booted off. Back deep for Big Sandy is going to be Peyton Frost and LeBryson Ross, both seniors respectively. This Big Sandy team, very senior ladle, led by head coach Brian Pullum. Last season went 3-7, 2-4 in district. Looking to turn things around with a fantastic win starting tonight. Chavez readjusting his line to prepare for kickoff. Takes a huge step, approaches the football, and we have kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. Ball takes a bounce at about the 28-yard line and goes out of bounds. Key Williams for Big Sandy, the freshman, set towards it. Let it roll, and we'll get things started with a penalty flag. Illegal procedure penalty against Big Sandy. We'll make it first down and 10. With a pretty solid field position, too. Ball is going to be placed at the 30-yard line. If you're listening over on ASN Radio, the Big Sandy Wildcats going from left to right on your respective device. Head coach Brian Pullum and these Big Sandy Wildcats last season averaging 21 points per game. Winona looking to send pressure early. 4 down lineman. Man is in motion. Jump early on by Winona. And if you're Big Sandy, that's a picture-perfect start. 2 quick penalties, one on the kickoff, as the offsides penalty goes against the white-cladded Wildcats. Want to move them up a couple of yards, and instead of 1st and 10, now they're looking at a 1st and 5. Ball is now being spotted at the Big Sandy 35-yard line. This team being led by their quarterback, the senior, number 2, Caden Smith. Smith puts a man in motion, that being Malaysia Francis. If you've been around the Antler Sports Network, we know how great of an athlete he can be. It's going to be a handoff, bounce to the outside. It's LeBron Ross. Ross is at midfield and has Smith at the 45-40, 45-30, 25-20, 10-5, goal line, touchdown. Big Sandy getting on the board first. It's already 6-0. We haven't even played 15 seconds of football yet, folks. And the blue and gold attack already getting towards pay dirt. "65-yard touchdown rush by the defensive back / running back senior. And now Big Sandy looking to expand their lead with the PAT. Wildcats setting up to attempt to go for two. And they shift, and now we'll go for a traditional PAT. Caden Smith, the holder. Quentin Strain, the freshman, doing the kicking. Great snap, great hold. Kick is not a lot of distance. It's high in the air and no good. However, regardless, Big Sandy gets on the board first and strikes early. We have 11:47 left to go in this first quarter. Big Sandy already up. Back in 1 minute on ASN.
Everything. And Pelshanky and Tyler were tough, never quits.
The Big Sandy Wildcats, after a 65-yard touchdown rush by the senior LeBryson Ross, they now find themselves up early 6-0 with 11:47 left to go in quarter number 1 of the Northeast Texas Football Classic, powered by the Northeast Texas Star Foundation, awarding excellence in athletics and academics to develop opportunities for education. Ball is kicked off. Pooch kick sent out of bounds. We have back-to-back kicks out of bounds. A little bit of extracurricular along the 30. However, no flags thrown. Both players restrained. And now the Winona Wildcats, led by head coach Kenneth Cook, get their first offensive possession. The Wildcats went 1-8 last season, 1-5 in district play, currently residing in 3A Division II, Region 3, District 11. In their district, they share with the Arp Tigers, the Buffalo Bison, Elkhart Elks, New Diana Eagles, Troop Tigers, West Rusk Raiders, and of course these Winona Wildcats. Coach Cook and his ball club trot onto the field, first down and 10. After the illegal procedure penalty on the kickoff, ball is going to be placed on the 35-yard line. Quick formation switch here. Two receivers out wide, both at the top and bottom of your screen. It's going to be a handoff right down Main Street for Jaborian Cook. Cook gets stood up and out before he gains 8. Still gets pushed, make that 9. A fantastic effort by the senior running back. Makes things a tad bit easier for this offense. Quick run. That's a helmet comes off. It's going to be good enough for a Winona first down. We've hit 11 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Clock continues to roll. Josh Rice, and at quarterback, the signal caller, the 6 foot even senior. Rice looking, pressured. He's going to call his own number. Crosses midfield at the 45, puts his shoulder down, rolls and still up, gain of 13. Gets well into Big Sandy territory, and more importantly, moves the chains. First down and 10 for Winona. As we take another look here with our SportsScope second look, SportsScope official replay provider of the Antler Sports Network. Winona wasting absolutely no time, so sadly got to cut that replay short. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle once again. It's going to be a solid gain of around 2, getting Jaborian Cook once more a solid gain. Ball's going to be at the 38-yard line, making it second down and 8. 10-14 left to go in the first quarter. Big Sandy with the 6-0 advantage in this all Wildcat tussle. They get the play call from Kenneth Cook and company, and now approach the line of scrimmage. Ball's on the 38. 3 stack receivers at the top of your screen, lone receiver at the bottom of your screen. It's going to be a handoff and immediately brought down. Jaden Mobley had absolutely no time as Logan Brown was in the backfield almost immediately. Huge loss. Loss of 4 is going to make it third down and about 12. As we do finally get a full look of our replay brought to you by SportsScope. Now it's third down and 12 to go. 9:20 left to go after the huge TFL from Logan Brown. Man in motion. It's a keeper. Keeper is Rice, and Rice immediately wrapped before he gets to the, but not before he can get to the original line of scrimmage. Not much more after that. And now decision time for the Winona Wildcat offense. 4th down and 10 here. Right on the 40-yard line. New unit comes onto the field. Notably, Josh Rice coming off. And it looks like Winona might try to punt this thing away and try to pin the Wildcats of Big Sandy deep. Jesse Barton, the junior, is going to be booting things off. Back deep to receive. The freshman, Quentin Strain, on this 4th and 10. Little snap, corrals it. Solid kick. Takes a great bounce along the right sideline. Takes an even better roll. Big Sandy picks it up. The ball is live. It's still loose. Winona falls on it. It's Winona football. They've got it inside of the 5. It was pretty much picture perfect from the word go. Barton's punt had a fantastic roll at about the 7-yard line. It took a roll. Big Sandy ended up touching it. Bobbled around one more time. And Winona pretty much gets a fresh set of downs, 1st and goal. How's that for a way to move the chains? 8:07 left to go in the first. No, looks like, did they say it's Big Sandy football? From our angle, it definitely looked like it was possession to Winona. Not 100% sure. As now one of the officials speaking with Big Sandy head coach Brian Pullum. And by the jubilation on that Big Sandy sideline, Big Sandy is going to keep possession. 1st down and 10. The blue and gold Wildcats scored on their first possession thanks to a 65-yard touchdown rush from LeBryson Ross. Winona almost able to capitalize instead of having to settle to go 4 and out with 8:07 left to go in the first quarter. Speaking of this first quarter, it's brought to you by the title sponsor for today's final game of this Northeast Texas Football Classic is U.S. Title Company. A successful real estate closing requires technical knowledge and experience. U.S. Title can help you make the right call for your future home. For over 40 years, East Texans have trusted U.S. Title. Find them online at ustitleco.net. 1st and 10. It's going to be a handoff for Big Sandy. With it, stepping through, getting to about the 25-yard line is LeBryson Ross yet again. Tackle is going to be made by Winona's Jesse Barton. That's his 2nd tackle of the game. Gain of 10, and it'll move the sticks once more, 1st and 10. 7:50 left to go. Ball's on the Big Sandy 25-yard line. Both of these teams, very long storied history. 48th meeting between these two cats. Big Sandy after this can look forward to a nice little homestand for back-to-back weeks. Next Friday and the week after, they have home games against the Eagles of Como-Picton, as well as the Buffaloes of Lone Oak. Smith now in the gun, takes a snap. Looks, has a man along the left hashes. Spins, gets hit again, and Barton with another tackle. Pass is complete to Aiden Brown, the freshman. Freshman takes a walloping, but great job holding on to the football for a solid gain of about 7, and that'll make it second down and short. As the Wildcats get the play call, the Big Sandy Wildcats get the offensive play call from the sideline. A reminder that at the end of this game, we'll be electing the Elite Roofer Player of the Game. We'll even try to get a post-game interview with that lucky athlete. It's going to be a shovel pass. Well, the head of steam is Francis. We know how elusive he can be. He gets to midfield, gets bounced, hit at about the 48-yard line, but not before staking his claim to a 1st and 10. Well, Adrian Francis, if you've been around the Antler Sports Network and watching this Big Sandy athletic program for a while across football and basketball, we know he's fantastic on the court. Doing even better here on the gridiron. He had a fantastic outing last season that we had the Wildcats on as they took on the Hawkins Hawks on Senior Day. Now 1st and 10. Ball's on the 47-yard line. That last play from Francis, a gain of 18. Winona looking to send pressure. It's going to be a handoff. It's to Francis again. The bell cow at the 35 now gets bounced right along the numbers. 1st down and 10 once again. Gain of 15 for Francis. That's back-to-back 1st down rushes for Big Sandy. Ball's on the Winona 33-yard line. Big Sandy threatening again. Quick substitution checking out is going to be Peyton Frost as well as Evan Jitjang. 5:14 left in quarter number 1. Here from the antique capital of Texas. Play disperses. In the gun. Shotgun snap. Throw it over to Brown in the flat. Almost got out of bounds there. Gets it to about the 28-yard line for 2nd down. And manageable about 2nd down and 4, barring the official spot. 4 minutes, 41 seconds left in the first. Both teams, all 3 timeouts. Big Sandy with the early 6-0 advantage thanks to a quick 65-yard touchdown on the opening drive by LeBryson Ross. Caden Smith gets instructions from head coach Brian Pullum. Retreats, comes back, and he has the play call. Clock still rolling here. 4:19 left to go. Big Sandy now on the 13th play of the drive. Man in motion is Key Williams. Is going to be a keeper option here. Pitch is outside. Looking for space is Francis, and he's going to get dropped at the 20-yard line, right on the edge of the Big Sandy red zone. And Francis, a little bit of extra at the end of that run. Tackle was made by Winona's number 33, Jaden Mobley. Mobley, his 2nd tackle of the contest. Big Sandy not in the red zone just yet. Officials put him at the 21-yard line. Smith turns and gives a quick instruction to his running back, Francis. They fake a handoff and get it to him. Francis with a lane. Puts his shoulder straight down, gets to the 15. Gain of 6. We'll make it 2nd down and 4. Ja'Kai Timmons. Credit on the tackle. Check that. That's Josh Rice, the quarterback. A little dirty work in the trenches. Winona's defensive line switching up here. It's going to be a handoff to Francis again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Big Sandy. It was a Malaysia Francis drive pretty much the whole way through as we take another look here. How about that? Easy 16-yard touchdown rush for Francis. And that's the second rushing touchdown of the game for Big Sandy. So we await the PAT here. Saw this formation last time they attempted a PAT. No, it's going to be a keeper. Keeper for the Bryson Ross. The officials mark him in. They do. 2-point conversion. How about that? A little bit of trickery by the blue and gold. Now, with 2:39 left to go in the first, the lead expands. Back in 1 minute. Big Sandy 14 1 0 0 with 2:39 left to go in the second. From the ASN family of platforms, this is Northeast Texas Football Classic.
Give it everything. And Pelshay, Key, and Tyler were tough, never quits.
After the Big Sandy score, they look to get yet another stop as Strain gets ready to boot this thing away. Big Sandy up 14-0 in this first quarter, 2:39 remaining. Strain takes a step back. Big Sandy spreads the line. And we are up and away. Ball sails, takes a bounce, and goes out of bounds. Now that will give Winona prime field position to begin their second offensive drive. Went 4 and out last time they had the football. Ironically, started about right here at the 40, or at least knocking on the door Big Sandy territory. It was a punt that looked like, at least from our perspective up here in the booth, might have been recovered by Winona after Big Sandy touched the football, but the back judge ruling it down in favor of Big Sandy. That ended with that Francis 16-yard rush. 1st and 10 here. Man in motion. It's going to be a handoff. It's Cook with a lane. Cook with a burst. Gets out of bounds. Right at midfield. 1st down and 10 once again with 2.5 left to go. This is going to be a battle of speed and who's able to get to the outside first, as we've seen. Both Cooks and Francis for their respective ball clubs. Fantastic running backs, very elusive, able to break off big plays in an instant. Question is, which running back is going to possibly tire out, or what defensive line is going to make adjustments quickly in order to stop one another? Ball in midfield. Winona working from the left hash. 2 receivers on the short side of the field. Man in motion. It's going to be a keeper for Rice. Rice right up the middle. Gets about a gain of 8 or so. 2nd down and short. They're going to nail it as 2nd down and 3. Ball the 43-yard line as we hit the 2-minute mark of this first quarter. Coach Kenneth Cook and company giving the play call to the Winona Wildcat huddle. Cook, the running back, goes from Rice's left, now over to his right. Man in motion is Datavian Williams. Williams now back in motion yet again. It's a snap to Williams. Williams has a blocker, has one more man to beat. Spins, still up on his feet, but not before reinforcement show up for Big Sandy to knock him down at the line of scrimmage. No gain, no forward progress. Make it third down and three, excuse me. And now a massive third down with a minute left in this first quarter of play. Big Sandy with a 2-possession advantage here. We're within a minute here, 54 seconds and counting. For this all-important 3rd and 3. Winona, the Wildcats working for the right hash. One receiver at the top of your screen. Looks like it could be a possible bubble screen, and it is. And it could work to perfection, and it indeed does. Breaking tackles, so moving forward is Cook. Cook still going across the 40. Hits brought down by a host of Big Sandy Wildcats. Initial hit made by number 52, Landon Hartman, the junior. But first down for Cook. First down, Winona. With 17 seconds left, clock will stop. Looks like we have an injured Wildcat, and as he gets treated to, we'll give our sponsors a chance at a message. Back after this. This is the Northeast Texas Football Classic on the Antler Sports Network. Quentin Strain, the injured Big Sandy Wildcat. You're Big Sandy and the rest of the Wildcat faithfully. You definitely want a player, especially as a freshman, of his caliber and skill set on the field as much as physically possible. Clock still ticking. Less than 10 seconds left. It's going to be a snap for Rice. Rice carries it. First down and a little bit more. Might have gotten 10. And that will end quarter number 1 from Gladewater. It's been a fantastic game so far. However, Big Sandy with the 2-possession advantage. 14-0 into the first. We're back with the second quarter after this. From the ESN family of platforms, this is Northeast Texas Football Classic, brought to you by the Northeast Texas Star Foundation.
Shaky and Tyler were tough, never quit.
We're getting ready to begin the second quarter of play here from Gladewater. 14-0 as we flip fields. Big Sandy with the advantage. The second quarter brought to you by Ramsey Realty. The Ramsey Realty Group has an excellent leadership team, superior standards, and the most successful real estate professionals. Whether you're buying or selling or looking to invest, Ramsey Realty Group can help with all home-centric needs. Ramsey Realty Group, the preferred real estate company of East Texans. 14-0. Winona with the football. Offense continuing to chug. Ball is going to be placed at the Big Sandy 28-yard line. First down and 10. High snap. Going to be taken and ran with by Jaden Mobley. Mobley, we've already seen how dominant he can be defensively. Now showing a little bit of that prowess in the backfield, eating up yards on the ground. At first, we saw a little bit of a faster pace, almost a no-huddle-esque offense from Winona. Not seeing that too much here. Seems like both teams have definitely settled in. That's going to be a gain of 3, making it 2nd down and 7. Rush yet again. It's going to be a keeper this time for Rice. Rice is going to be another short gain. Gain of 3 makes it 3rd down and 4. We've played just under 2 minutes in this second quarter. Ball's placed on the Big Sandy 22-yard line. 10:45 left to go. Neither play clock working here at Jack V. Murphy Bear Stadium. You can assume that both coaches are going to try to use that to their advantage. 10:27 here left. Man in motion is Williams. Williams now moves over to the wide side of the field for 3 receivers. Ross looking. Rice tucks. Rice spins forward, almost at the 15. Either way, it's a gain of 7, 1st down and 10. Move the chains. Winona knocking on the door, getting their first points of the contest. 10 minutes left to go. Ball's on the 16-yard line. $9:47 left to go in this first half of play. Here from Gladewater, Texas. Handoff. No, it's a keeper. Tucking and running is Rice. Rice isn't going to get very far, however. Yet again, another slow ground attack. He gets Sandy defense down. 9:05 left to go. That short gain of 2 makes it 2nd and 8. Handoff, delayed handoff, this time to Cook. Cook gets bottled up. Multiple Big Sandy Wildcats on the stop. Brandon Ferris, the junior defensive offensive lineman, was there to bring him down first. Looks like they're going to give him no gain here. 3rd down and 8. Ball now at the 13. This Winona offensive possession has lasted almost an entire quarter in time. They got the football at about the 5-6 minute mark of the first quarter. Now here's 3rd and long. Williams in motion. Rice, shotgun snap, looking to throw. Throw is towards the flat and out of bounds, incomplete. Intended for Ja'Kai Timmons, the senior, unable to haul it in, and now decision time for Winona, facing 4th down. Looks like Winona is going to keep their offense onto the field. Not going to try to go for 3 here. This Wildcat offense averaged 270 all-purpose yards per game. Both Rice and Ross, respectively, the only 2 players on this Winona Wildcat team last season with over 50 rushing yards a game. Looks like we have a stoppage here. Winona is going to take a timeout. We have our first timeout of the contest, and we'll take it with them. Back after this on the Antler Sports Network.
There are trucks, then there's the truck, GMC Sierra. Available with the V8 engine. The Super Cruise hands-free driving experience. And of course, the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. Not just any truck, the truck.
Back after the Winona timeout, first charge timeout of the half, and an all-important 4th down and about 8 to go here. Check that, make it about 4th down and 7 to go. With 7:56 left to go in this first half. Big Sandy up 14-0. A 65-yard touchdown rush from LeBryson Ross and a 16-yard touchdown rush from Elijah Francis. The two scorers responsible for putting us where we stand. Here we go. 4th and 7. Ball's at the 13. Official gives a signal. Ross is in the gun. Cook, his own back. Rice drops back to pass. Fade ball. End zone. Incomplete. Just out of the reach of Cook. Almost had him right in front of the pylon in the front corner of the end zone. Turnover on downs. Big Sandy gets a massive stop. But now they have to work themselves out of a bit of a bind as they'll take over with their backs against the wall, starting on their own 13-yard line. A reminder that at the conclusion of this game, we'll be presenting the Elite Roofing Player of the Game. With assistance with the media here in attendance, as well as Northeast Texas Star Foundation Executive Director Stephen Holland. We'll elect that player of the game, and we'll try to get a word from the lucky recipient post-game. 7:44. Man in motion here. Can hand off to Francis with a head of steam. Gets to the 20. Solid gain of about 7 there. Gets right at the 20. That's going to make it 2nd down and short. Francis, at least from our perspective, an early contender for our player of the game. Man in motion for Big Sandy is Aiden Brown. Smith looks back, takes a shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, now turn around on Logan Brown. Brown has a lane, flag is thrown, spins, got another man, still on his feet, blown up at the 35-yard line, but there is laundry at around the 20, and it looks like this thing might be coming back. What could have been a massive play, as Logan Brown turned the quarter, had a block, and had nothing but greed. Holding penalty is going to be called against Big Sandy. That's 10 extra yards. Making it 2nd down and 14 to go. Six minutes, 49 seconds left after the blue and gold Wildcats penalty. Clock will begin to roll now. Big Sandy with two tight ends. One tight end, excuse me. Dropping back is Smith. Smith winds up, lets it fly. A little bit of a miscommunication. The Big Sandy sideline wanting a flag. Intended target was Key Williams. And I don't think they're going to get that call. And incompletion makes it 3rd down and I-20 to the line to gain. 6:31 left in this first half. Now Smith comes back from the Big Sandy sideline to get the play call. Their huddle now breaks. Two tight ends. Man in motion is Francis. Two out wide. Handoff. To the left side of the lane is going to be Ross. He's already broken off a big one tonight. He gets brought in at the 30. How about that? Gain of 21 to move the sticks. First down and 10 for Big Sandy to work themselves out of a hole with 6:20 left to go. Big Sandy now rushing back to the line of scrimmage. Wallace plays at the 31-yard line. Quick snap. Handoff again to Ross. Ross gets bottled up at the 30. He's going to lose a yard. Getting to him is a host of Winona Wildcats. Initially led by Timmons. Now second down and 11 after the tackle for loss. Five minutes, 54 seconds left to go in this first half of play. The final game of the Northeast Texas Football Classic here in Gladewater, the antique capital of Texas. Smith making an adjustment at the line. Shotgun snap, spinning the ball, rolls out to his right and looking. Still looking. Pressure, winds up, throws, picked off, it's intercepted! Winona comes up with the football. The senior Rafael Chavez with a huge turnover. Now with 5:15 left, once again, Winona is going to start their driving around the 40 to 45 yard line. This time they'll take over from the 44. Chavez with what could be a massive turning point in this game. Plenty of time, plenty of football left. 5:09 left to go in this half. And they'll take over with pretty solid field position. Big Sandy still with the 14-0 advantage. Looking to try to at least carry that into the half. One thing we know about this Winona offense, if they want to take all 5 minutes and 9 seconds off this clock, they definitely can. It'll be first and 10. 44-yard line. Three receivers, one slot receiver to the short side of the field. Winona working from the left hash. One receiver at the bottom of your screen. Rice, option here. Looking, rolls, lob, throw. Winona wanting a flag. The intended target was number 33, Jaden Mobley. Not 100% sure if you could really consider that a catchable ball or not. Rice was rushed by the big three defensive front of Big Sandy. That being Skylar Hamburg, Brennan Furness, and Carson Heckel. Heckel, the lone freshman on this three-man defensive front. Now they're looking to rush forward with an outside linebacker. Sending the blitz. Rise drops back, flag is thrown. And it looks like this could be against Winona. And it is. 5-yard penalty is going to be assessed to the Wildcats. But if one thing has been apparent in this contest for both of these teams, a penalty means absolutely nothing. 10-yard, 15-yard, heck, a 30-yard penalty. Both teams have the athletes to be able to break off big plays in an instant, turn fields, get yardage back at the drop of a dime. 5:03 left to go in the first half. Winona after this has a trip to Lone Oak to take on the Buffaloes. Two more district matchups, both on the road on September 13th and 20th, respectively, against the Hawkins Hawks and Alto Yellow Jackets. Then they begin district play on the 26th against the New Diana Eagles. Williams in motion. Now three receivers to the wide side of the field. Looking is Rice. Rice, fire, strike across midfield. Right at the bottom of the G of the Gladewater Bears logo in midfield. Almost right at the yard line to gain. Gain of 11. It's not going to be enough. It's going to be 3rd down and 4, although very manageable here. 4 minutes, 35 seconds left in this first half. As I said earlier, Winona, this offense definitely capable of taking their time, as they've already ticked off an entire minute with just a couple of plays and a penalty. Was able to get the gain of 11 there to bring up this 3rd and 4. Ball is placed right on the right nostril of the Glade Water Bear logo in midfield. Williams is in motion. Snap is bobbled. It's picked up by Rice at the 40. Drop down at the 35. It's the duo of Ross and Frost able to get the pressure. Ross was able to make the initial alligator roll tackle. And now pretty much back where they were prior to the penalty on this 4th down. And fair to say it could be punting time, most likely, for Winona here. Fourth down and 18 to go. Out of that loss, 14 on the fumble. 3:15 left to go in this first half. Ball's on the 36-yard line. Looks like it is going to be punting time as Jesse Barton could possibly bring out another kick. He had a fantastic kick back in the first quarter and almost got Winona the football back. Flag is thrown. Straight up in the air. Dead ball bounce at midfield. Now turning back the other way. Winona falls on it. Don't know who this flag could be on. Looks like it might be against the Winona Wildcats. And yep, it is going to be a penalty against Winona that was made pretty much as soon as the ball was snapped. False start penalty against the Black and Gold Brigade. Penalty, well, it's of course declined. First down and 10 for Big Sandy. Now they have a little bit of work to do. 2:40 remaining in the second quarter. After that last penalty, ball on the 46-yard line. On the Winona 46-yard line. Wildcats looking to move their mark against Smith County teams since 2004 to at least 4-5. As of this season, they are 3-4 against Smith County foes. It's a keeper. Flag is thrown. Still getting through and getting into space is Aiden Brown. They have a little bit of extra contact between players on the opposite side around the 30. As we get the official word here, that flag was thrown. False start penalty called against Big Sandy. Going to be 1st and 15 now after that penalty, with just a hair over a minute and a half left in the second. The Wildcats of Big Sandy, all three of their timeouts. Winona with 2. Clock will roll now after the penalty. Francis, the lone receiver at the bottom of your screen, run along the numbers. They look to go to him. Comeback route is short. Not enough on it there from Brown. As Caden Smith no longer at quarterback here. Whistle was blown by the head referee, and now he goes over to talk with Winona head coach Kenneth Cook. Don't know what the subject of discussion could be about, but now looks like Caden Smith will be checking back in, and Peyton Frost will be taking a breather. Penalty against Winona, decline. Penalty against Big Sandy, that is declined. I'll make it 2nd down and 15. 2:16 left in this first half now. Plenty of time to make something happen. Man in motion is Ross. Ross now moves at the slot receiver. Now back in motion again. Faking the handoff. Smith looking to go deep. He's got a man. Caught! It's caught! Hold in! First down, Big Sandy! Francis going up top. Flag is down at midfield. If you're Big Sandy, you'd hate for this to go against them, especially with a big play like that. Illegal man downfield against Big Sandy. No catch. Man. Worst case scenario, now you dig yourself in an even deeper hole at 2nd down and 20, as it looks like Big Sandy and head coach Brian Pullum want to talk things over. And as they do, we'll give our sponsor a chance at a message. Back after this, timeout, Big Sandy on the Antler Sports Network.
There are trucks, then there's the truck, GMC Sierra. Available with the V8 engine. The Super Cruise hands-free driving experience. And of course, the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. Not just any truck, the truck.
After the Big Sandy timeout, we're still at our current score, 14-0. Big Sandy with the advantage after a LeBryson Ross 65-yard touchdown rush and a 17-yard Malaysia Francis touchdown rush. Both of those touchdowns coming in the first quarter. Fair to say, we've seen plenty of fireworks, both teams showing big play potential, but that pesky yellow rag so far for both of these teams has been the best defense on the field. As Smith trots back out. Ball's on the Big Sandy 44-yard line. 2:07 left to go. Smith has one back. It's going to be a fake handoff. Statue of Liberty. Eskin Ross has turned the corner at midfield. Gets to the 45. Gets wrestled down. Gets an extra yard past the original line of scrimmage with a gain of 11 to make it 3rd down and 9. On the tackle for Big Sandy was Datavian Williams. Very manageable now. 3rd down and 9 from the 45-yard line. Big Sandy rushes to the line. So we have another timeout that's going to get called by Big Sandy. That's our second charge timeout, and we'll take it with him again. As Coach Pullum talks things over, we'll give our sponsors a chance and yet another message. Back in 1 minute on the Antler Sports Network.
Shake Key and Tyler were tough, never quits.
After the Big Sandy timeout, they have 2 remaining, up 2 scores, minute 7 left to go in this first half of play. They're facing a 3rd and 9 from the 45-yard line. Now with a 1 timeout in their back pocket. It's going to be a handoff bouncing to the outside as Ross. Ross gets cross midfield, but still loses yardage. The rush by Jaborian Cook and company. Making the tackle, and it looks like we have an injured Winona Wildcat down, and he gets treated to. We'll be back after this on the Antler Sports Network. Injury timeout has concluded. The injured Winona Wildcat, the sophomore offensive defensive lineman Daniel Hodge, seems to have an apparent leg injury, was carted off of the field, was helped with assistance under his own power. Hopefully, the young man is going to be okay. Either way, 4th down and 12 here. Throw is deep and incomplete. Pass was intended for Aiden Brown at the break. And now we have hit the half. Our score after 2 quarters of play. Big Sandy, 14. Winona, nothing. We'll take an intermission. When we come back, we'll check out both bands and get you ready for half number 2. After these messages, this is the Northeast Texas Football Classic on the Antler Sports Network.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
To another day. It's gonna be alright.
There are trucks, then there's the truck, GMC Sierra. Available with the V8 engine. The Super Cruise hands-free driving experience. And of course, the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. Not just any truck, the truck.
Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
To another day. It's gonna be alright.
There are trucks, then there's the truck, GMC Sierra. Available with the V8 engine. The Super Cruise hands-free driving experience. And of course, the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. Not just any truck, the truck.
Third quarter of play, just moments away. Getting ready to begin the second half here in Gladewater, Texas. Big Sandy, 14-0 lead over Winona in the battle of the Wildcats. A good old-fashioned catfight, as some have called it. Big Sandy kicking things off to get things going. Back deep to receive is going to be Natavian Williams as well as Jaden Mobley. Kick is away. Line drive kick. Not a lot of distance. Out of bounds. Flag is thrown yet again. Legal procedure penalties, so it'll be first down and 10 for Winona, once again with solid field position. So far, if you had to give a front runner for our elite roofing player of the game, which we will elect during the post-game proceedings, I'd have to go with Big Sandy's Malaysia Francis. 55 rushing yards and a touchdown. 4 catches for 27 yards through the air. Let's see if he can increase that stat line in this second half. Winona trots onto the field for their first offensive drive of the second half. It'll be first and 10 from the 30-yard line. Winona's own 30-yard line. The Wildcats, the black and gold Wildcats, that is, if you're listening on ASN radio, are going from right to left on your respective device. It's going to be Rice. Quick sidearm throw to the 40 and out of bounds. First down and 10. Quick pitch and catch to Jordan Pullum. As Big Sandy continues to try to keep this Winona offense at bay. And similar to what we saw to be earlier portions of the first half, Winona Wildcats not wasting any time to get to the line. It's going to be a handoff from Rice to the outside, crossing midfield and brought down past the 45. There's going to be Jaborian Cook. Jaborian Cook and Malaysia Francis, arguably two of the best athletes on the field for either team. As we take another look here with our Sports Scope instant replay, got to cut it short. Winona already back to the line. They're going to hand it off again, this time to Cook once more. Cook not going to get very far, but How far is very far, especially if it's a gain of 4. Second down and 6, the result of the run. So we do have a moment. We'll take another look at that run before last from Jaborian Cook, courtesy of SportsScope, the official instant replay provider of the Antler Sports Network. Cook got outside of the hashes along the numbers. Fantastic blocks by his receivers upfield. Definitely something to note here how well Winona's receivers have blocked. Haven't seen them really take too many deep shots downfield, but they're still engaged. They're still making fantastic impacts on the game. Rice throw a one-handed snap. Catching up the field is Burton. Burton, ball comes out. Fumbled. Winona looks like they might have had the football back. Not 100% sure, and yes, they do. They're going to say Winona football. We take another look here. It was another sidearm throw by Josh Rice as Big Sandy sent the extra pressure. One-handed snag and bobbled the football, but thankfully, receiver was able to hang on to it. It's third down in the length of a Wildcat whisker to the line to gain. Ball on the 35-yard line. It's going to be a handoff. Up the lane is Cook. Cook's got room, has the first down and more. Gain of 10 is going to make it first down. Move the chains for Winona once again. This has been a fantastic early going in the second half. This opening drive, as close to picture perfect as you can get. 9:30 left to go in the third quarter. Clock ticking, 9:20 left, rolling snap, it's loose. Rice falls on it and it just slides at the 40. That's going to be a loss of 15. Disaster averted, for lack of a better term. That's going to make it second and 25 from about the 35-yard line. Excuse me, the 39-yard line. This third quarter, our final matchup of the Northeast Texas Football Classic is brought to you by U.S. Title Company. A successful real estate closing requires technical knowledge and experience. U.S. Title Company can help you make the right call for your future home at USTitleco.net. Rolling out, Rice, hard on throw, almost picked off. Maybe a good hand or a glove away from the danger zone. But one thing that you can definitely see is much more balanced attack. We're seeing Rice throw the football more than ever, the senior. As we take another look at that last incompletion, almost getting a hand on it was Aiden Brown. Thankfully, his arm's not long enough to make a play on the ball and halt this Winona drive. That had plenty of promise, had great amount of promise. Now it's third down and I-20 to go. 4 out of wide, 2 in the slot, 1 back. Rice spins to his right, looking, still looking, under pressure, throws it behind him. No receive, don't think there was a receiver in the area. No flag thrown. Interesting there, and no, looks like there is a flag that was thrown at around the 45-yard line. And yes, it will be. Intentional grounding for Winona. This is a first, probably the longest yard to gain in Antler Sports Network history. 4th down and 40. Coming up to punt once again is Jesse Barton. Back deep is the freshman, Aiden Brown. Great snap, great hole, booming punt, picture perfect. Back deep is Ross. Ross bobbles it. The football's loose. Waiting for the official word. Winona football. Special teams for the Winona Wildcats strikes again. This time, Big Sandy won't be getting the football. What turned into a 4th and 40 pretty much got Winona back to the original line of scrimmage. If that ain't storybook, folks, I don't know what it is. First down and 10. Ball's on the 25-yard line now with 8:10 left in the third frame. Wow. What a heck of a turn of events. So the drive continues now. Rice was frustrated stepping off the field on that last 4th down. Rolls out to his left. Has space. Looking. Still has it at the 20. Sandwiched at around the 17-yard line. Solid gain of around 7 as Rice is a bit slower to get back up. But he seems to be okay. A couple of teammates checking on him. Slight limp, but I think he is all right. Either way, it's going to be 2nd down and around 3 to go. Rice took an absolute crushing hit. Hit by 2 different Big Sandy Wildcats at the same time. Fantastic job by the senior quarterback to hang on to the football. 7:25 left. 2nd down and 3 after the 7-yard rush from Rice. Rice steps up. Williams in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Cook. Cook gets brought down inside of the 10, knocking out the door of that end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal for Winona here with plenty of time, fantastic field position, and what has been a drive full of highs and lows. So we take another look at that one there, courtesy of SportsScope. Ball comes out. It came out again. Does Big Sandy have it? Yes, they do. As Aiden Brown takes a bow. Big Sandy ends up getting the football back exactly where that initial punt was going to be down. 6:43 left to go in the 3rd. And what has been a very eventful 6 minutes to begin this 2nd half. So Big Sandy now will take back over. 1st and 10. Ball is right on the 3-yard line. If they get in shotgun, they'll be right in the middle of the A. And the Bears block scripture in the middle of that orange end zone. Man is in motion. High snap. It's a handoff. Draw here. Bounce to the outside. Still looking and looks like might have lost a yard. On the carry is going to be Ross again. They'll say a loss of a yard. 2nd down 11 from the 3. Big Sandy running out of real estate. Speaking of real estate, the Ramsey Realty Group has an excellent leadership team, superior knowledge and experience. The most successful real estate professionals, whether you're buying, selling, or looking to invest, Ramsey Realty Group can help with all home-centric needs. Ramsey Realty, the preferred real estate company for real East Texans. 2nd and 11, 6 minutes left to go. It's a jet sweep. Bounce to the outside of the lane, and a burst at around the 10-yard line is Francis. Francis, a gain of 6. His first touch in this 2nd half. In the 1st half, had 55 yards for a touchdown on the ground, 4 receptions for 27 yards through the air. And exactly what the doctor ordered for Big Sandy. Get you some extra breathing room, and even better, looking at a 3rd and 2. Ball's on the 13-yard line after that gain of 10. Francis on that last run, his 7th carry of the day. He's done plenty of damage in all facets of this offense for Big Sandy. Big Sandy approaches the line. Just passing 5 minutes now. It's going to be the Big Sandy brotherly shove. And it looks like they got it. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Quarterback sneak. 1st down. First tush push we've seen on the season, the Antler Sports Network. And it only took till week 1. Clock still rolling. 4.5 left. Ball now on the 14, 1st and 10. They got to get to the 24-yard line. Big Sandy go to work for the right hash. Split receivers now, 2 slot. Man in motion for Big Sandy is Key Williams. It's going to be a keeper for Smith. Smith dives, gets to the original line of scrimmage, but not much farther than that. 2nd down and 10. Referees spot him, officially giving him no gain. Very senior ladled ball club for Big Sandy. It's going to be a handoff. Whistle is blown. Flag is thrown by the line judge on the far side. False start penalty called against Big Sandy. Now that'll push him back to a 2nd and 15. Almost back where they started. Ball on the 10-yard line. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. The Wildcats after this game, back-to-back home games against the Eagles of Cumbo-Picton and the Buffaloes of Lone Oak. Shotgun snap, taken by Smith. Smith looking deep. He's got Aiden Brown. Brown Smith at the 20. Still pushing forward. Big Sandy sideline wanting a horse collar. And to be honest, I can't much blame him as we take another look with our Sports Scope second look. And thankfully, we have the beauty of technology and slow motion instant replay here. On the catch, we see it get hauled in around the 22. I'm not 100% sure. Jaborian Cook on the tackle. Either way, it's a fresh set of downs for Big Sandy. 1st and 10 on the strike from Smith to Aiden Brown. Smith in the gun. Roundabout pinwheel handoff and immediately stuffed behind the line of scrimmage. Host of Winona Wildcats stopping Francis, led by Chavez. And that's Francis' first negative carry of the night. Loss of 3 makes it 2nd and 13. $1:47 left to go. Big Sandy taking their time with 1.5 minutes left to go in this 3rd. Good chance they just might let this thing roll out with 1 or 2 more plays. Clock stops. Big Sandy is going to take a timeout. Well, they take it. We'll take it with them. Back in 1 minute. From the ASN family of platforms, this is the Northeast Texas Football Classic on ASN 1.
It's gonna be alright. Yeah, yeah. How can you tell? Yeah, yeah. I feel it in my heart. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be okay. Yeah.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
There are trucks, then there's the truck, GMC Sierra. Available with the V8 engine. The Super Cruise hands-free driving experience. And of course, the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. Not just any truck, the truck.
after the Big Sandy timeout, they come back onto the field facing a 2nd and 13 to play. 2nd and 13 with 1:25 left to play, that is. Smith looking, running for his life. Has a man in the flat. It's Francis. Francis bounced out of bounds at the 25. He gets to the original line of scrimmage for a gain of 3, but not much more than that. Now 3rd down and 10. So now it looks like we have an injury timeout. So we take another look and we come back. As the injured Winona Wildcat gets treated to, we'll take a break. Back after this, looks like we have a cramp on the field on the Antler Sports Network.
Give it everything. And Pelshanky and Tyler were tough, never quits.
After the timeout, Big Sandy looking to strike here. Throw from Smith is complete over to Ross. Ross trying to get to the line to gain, but it's going to be short. It's going to be a gain of 6 as we hit the 40-second mark. It's going to be 4th down and 4 to go. Half a minute remaining here. And it looks like they might just try to punt this thing away to end off the 3rd period. First time I believe we've seen Big Sandy punt today. And the most stagnant this Big Sandy offense has looked tonight. Other than this past drive, they've been pretty much firing on all cylinders all night long. High arcing kick, spiraling into the night sky. Bounces, and Big Sandy ends up fielding it at the 35-yard line. And that will do it for quarter number 3. The final period of opening week of the 2024 Texas high school football season is upon us. Still 14-0, anyone's game. Big Sandy up. 4th quarter coming up next on the Antler Sports Network.
Everything. And Pelshanky and Tyler were tough, never quits.
Fresh 12 minutes are on the clock here. Remaining in this contest, Big Sandy up over Winona in the Battle of the Wildcats. A cat fight, if you would, 14-0. Jared Jones, happy to be with you in the antique capital of Texas, here in Gladewater, Jack V. Murphy Bears Stadium. The site of many battles, but this is the first time in the 48 meetings between Winona and Big Sandy that they have met in a neutral setting. Winona looking to tie the all-time series at 24 wins apiece. Big Sandy looking to expand their series lead. The Wildcats a chance to at least bring this to a one-possession ball game. Looking at first down and 10 after forcing Big Sandy to punt it. Ball's on the 35-yard line. As what has been one of the hottest weekends we've seen in a while across the state of Texas, many games getting delayed, not to mention delays due to lightning, which we saw specifically last night across East Texas. But everything seems to be all hunky-dory tonight. Handoff across the 40, bouncing off of a tackle and getting drawn out of bounds by multiple Big Sandy Wildcats is Jaden Mobley. Fantastic run. Head out of bounds by Brown. That's going to be a gain of about 8. They're going to make it a gain of 9. Second down and 1. $11:40 remaining in this contest. Winona, pretty much the way I see it, and I'm sure many other folks that are tuning into this game see it, ball is in their court. They forced a 4 and out, forcing Big Sandy to punt for the first time tonight. So why not get up there, score, and get another stop? No time like the present. Shotgun snap. They get it to Mobley again. Mobley cuts across. Down to the 45. Wrapped up and tackled by a combination of both Jonathan Taylor and Aiden Brown again. And it is enough for a Winona first down. Clock still moving. 11 minutes left. Big Sandy looking for a heavier set on the defensive front, especially with how potent this Winona rushing attack has been, specifically in the second half. We know that if the tempo needs to be brought up, Winona can do so. At the beginning portions of the first and third quarters respectively, Winona went their entire opening drives of the first half and the second half, no huddle. So pretty great success. Almost scored both times they got into the red zone, but sadly unsuccessfully able to convert. And it's a Mobley ball, gets bobbled, it's still on the ground. Big Sandy has the football. I guess the broadcasters jinx still alive and well. Big Sandy Wildcat football deep within Winona territory. As we take a look with our SportsScope second look, SportsScope official replay provider of the Antler Sports Network. It's going to be first down and 10 from the 42-yard line. Check that, the 41-yard line. So prime field position. Wow. Now Smith and company trot back onto the field with a fresh set of downs, first and 10, and a new outlook on this game. Handoff to Ross. Ross pinballing his way through. A tough earned 3 yards there to bring up second down and 7. Check that, second down and 8. We have played 2 minutes in this fourth quarter, and we've already seen a momentum-changing play, as we've seen pretty much throughout this entire evening. Both teams just trading blows. Big Sandy was the team to get first blood early. Opened up with a 65-yard LeBryson Ross touchdown on the first. A couple of minutes later, Malaysia Francis, a 17-yard touchdown rush to put us at our 14-0 score. Second down now. Winona looking to send the heat. It's an option. Keeper for Smith. Smith turns, immediately bottled up. TFL is going to be made by host and Winona Wildcats, led by Jesse Barton, as Barton and company pretty much leaving Smith little to no time to make something happen. Sniffing out that option almost immediately as we take another look here. Great job by the outside linebacker to set, stay in his place, force the reverse, and give him nowhere to go. Brought to you by SportsScope, official replay provider of the Antler Sports Network. The Northeast Texas Football Classic is powered by the Northeast Texas Star Foundation, awarding excellence in athletics and academics to develop opportunities for education. 2-yard loss, they'll call it. 3rd and 10. 8:50 left to go in the fourth period. Smith, shotgun snap, drops back. Looking right. Strike, cross the field. No, it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Francis, and Francis couldn't haul it in. Hardly do we see Francis make plays like that. But it looks like it might be punt time again, or maybe not. Yes, it is, as Logan Brown, the senior linebacker / tight end, will come onto the field to kick the ball away. High snap. Winona almost getting to it. This one could take a pretty gnarly bounce, but it doesn't. Taking the other way, rolling is Timmons. Timmons, flag is thrown by the back judge. It's a good thing Winona ended up returning that football, because the bounce it looked like it might have taken could have possibly been detrimental in terms of field position. See a blindside block there. As we await to see what the official call would be. Personal foul penalty called against the Winona Wildcats. So they do get 1st and 10 with 8:22 left, but they pretty much have to start halfway to Union Grove. Ball's on the 8-yard line. Winona operating just on the outside of that right hash. One lone receiver. At the top of your screen, that's Jordan Pullum. Another receiver to the short side of the field is Datavian Williams. It'll be a handoff. Bouncing, pinballing, going up the middle. Tackle made by Francis. On the carry by Cook. Good for about a gain of 4. Second down and 4 with 8 minutes left to go in the fourth. Winona looking to get over 500 for the first time since 2019. For that 2019 squad, went 6-5 and made it to the postseason. Coach Kenneth Cook, in his first year, taking over for the longtime Coach Kincaid. Handoff, stutter step. Heck of a move, gets the first down and looking for more, gets bounced out of bounds around the 25. Move the chains, 1st and 10 Winona. As here come the Wildcats yet again. We've seen it all evening long. The big play potential this team has. And an official timeout for injury. Looks like we have yet another athlete cramping. As he gets tended to, we'll give our sponsors a chance at a message. Back after this on the Antler Sports Network.
Everything. At Pelshay Key and Tyler, we're tough, never quits.
After the official timeout, 7:25 left to go in this fourth. 1st and 10 for Winona coming out of the break. It's going to be a throw into the flat intended for Smith. As Smith incomplete, he gets blown up. Flag is thrown. Much to the dismay of the Big Sandy faithful right below us here as we take another look. Check that. That ball was intended for Rafael Chavez. As we take another look here, it was a pretty gnarly hit, but it's been a very physical game. In the first half, a lot of back and forth chirping between both teams, and no flag was thrown there. So honestly, 50-50. Partially understand some of the frustration, especially this late in the game. A call like that could be pivotal, especially now since it's 1st and 10 Winona. They get a fresh crack at getting almost to midfield. Ball now on the 37. Rice drops back, looking, throw across the middle, incomplete, intended for Pullum. That's Pullum's second target of the game, making it 2nd and 4. Clock will stop with 7:13 left in the fourth now. A reminder that the Elite Roofing Player of the Game will be selected during the postgame. All part of the festivities here, the 2024 Northeast Texas Football Classic, powered by the Northeast Texas Star Foundation, awarding excellence in athletics and academics to develop opportunities for education. 7:13 left to go in the fourth, 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Rice, wild as he throws, almost picked off. Big Sandy almost shocking. Jonathan Taylor giving Winona a borderline heart attack, almost picking that thing off. Instead, Winona fans here can let go of a huge sigh of relief as Rice crushed as he threw. Was able to get it out in time. Now with 7:06 is 3rd and 10. Winona pretty much in no man's land. Very awkward territory-wise. Ball still at the 37. Rice. Big Sandy sending a blitz. It's a screen pass. It's caught. Going the other way with it in open field is Ross, and he's dropped. They get to the 40s, and that'll be to gain of 3, bringing up 4th and 7. And now it's decision time. With just over 6.5 minutes of football left to play, do you go for it or try to give the football back to Big Sandy and force another stop? You've held him at bay pretty much for 2 whole quarters. Do you roll the dice and push your luck? Or do you go for it and push your luck even further? Let's find out. Looks like they're going to go for it. Josh Rice, the senior, in the gun. He's got 4 out wide, 2 in the slot. Drops back. He's going to let one fly. The throw, incomplete. Pass was intended for Jordan Pullum. And a huge stop by Big Sandy. Wow. The gamble, sadly, not paying off for Winona, as it was a heck of a throw. And now the blue and gold Big Sandy Wildcats will take 1st and 10 on the Winona 40. Big Sandy coming into this game has won 6 straight meetings against these Winona Wildcats. They won, their longest streak was that 6-game win streak. But a trivia for you, that streak was from 1971 to 76. It's going to be a keeper. Keeper for Caden Smith. Smith gains about 7, gets rolled down. And here we have some pushing and shoving. Officials have had enough. Flags are flying. Laundry all over the field. Still some pushing and shoving. Jakeiston Campbell will eventually pushed out of the way, thankfully, before anyone was hurt. So now coaches are on the field trying to break things up. Pivotal moment here with 5:55 left to go. You don't want to think the extreme and think ejections here, especially this late in the game. Looks like these might be offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Yep, dueling unsportsmanlike penalty calls. Of course, they will offset. And now after that short run from Smith, that gain of 6 will make it 2nd down and 4. 5:55 left to go in quarter number 4. Big Sandy with 2 timeouts. Winona with all 3 of theirs. The Big Sandy Wildcats up 14-0. This has been the score since the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just now tuning in, it was a 65-yard LeBryson Ross touchdown carry and a 17-yard Malaysia Francis carry, both in the first quarter. That has pretty much kept us knotted up at this score. Smith puts Francis in motion. Winona sending the heat. It's not enough. Ross with a lane. Ross with a burst. 10, 5, jumps. Touchdown, Big Sandy. Exactly what the doctor ordered. "33-yard touchdown rush from Ross expands the lead 20-0. Ross's 2nd touchdown carry of the game. And now, an interesting situation here for the PAT. Do you try to go for 2 and force Winona to go for 2? Or do you pressure luck kicking the field goal and making it a more attainable, for lack of a better term, 3-possession game? Offense trots onto the field. Looks like it's going to be Logan Brown as well as Francis. That may be the double backs here. Big Sandy now breaking their huddle. A pivotal moment here for this PAT. Man in motion. In the I form here. Under center. Smith rolling out. Fade ball, end zone. It's good. Malaysia Francis, the successful 2-point conversion, but there is a flag at around the 9-yard line. Penalty's got to get called against Big Sandy, so we'll yank those points back. Now they'll attempt the PAT again, much farther out, from around the 8-yard line or so. Shotgun snap for Smith. It's an option yet again. Pitches it out to Francis. Francis dives head first. Waiting on the signal. No! One official said he's in. The other said he didn't. Now they confirm. Conversion unsuccessful. Not exactly what you wanted if you're Big Sandy. Winona, a sliver of hope. They'll get the football back after this. 5:19 left. It's Big Sandy 20, Winona nothing. The final 5 minutes of the Northeast Texas Football Classic continues after this.
And Pelche Key and Tyler were tough, never quits.
It was this touchdown run by Malaysia Francis. This 33-yard touchdown run from LeBryson Ross, his second touchdown of the game. That is giving us our current score. With 5:19 left to go in this one, Big Sandy up 20-0 over these Winona Wildcats. Jared Jones, happy to be with you in this final contest of the 2024 Northeastern Texas Football Classic. Jack V. Murphy Bear Stadium in Gladewater, Texas, the venue. And what has probably been, at least in my opinion, a tie for the most exciting game. Gladewater, the home team, opened things up on Thursday with an upset win over number 2 Dangerfield. As the kick is up in the air, it's bobbled, falling on it. Big Sandy has it. It's Big Sandy Wildcat football. On the 35-yard line. Big Sandy comes up with it. Initially bobbled at around the 37. And now it looks like Big Sandy is one solid drive away from putting in the dagger. As Winona takes a timeout, we'll take it with them. Back after this on the Antler Sports Network.
Everything. And Pelche Key and Tyler were tough, never quits.
Just moments ago, as we take another look via our Sports Scope second look, it was a kickoff after Big Sandy ended up scoring. It was a fumble recovery by the Big Sandy Wildcats. That puts us where we are now. First down and 10. Ball is on the 36-yard line. 5:12 left to go in this final period. Man is in motion. It's a high snap to Smith. Ball is loose. Did Winona pick up the football? Yes, they did. After having to be carted off in the second quarter, it's Daniel Hodge who comes through with the biggest defensive play for Winona tonight. High snap, Caden Smith couldn't get a palm on it. And Hodges and company coming in for the save. Now it's 1st and 10 Winona, this time from the 48-yard line. If I had a nickel for every time we've seen a turnover or a bobble or a miscue or a momentum-changing play, I could be retired by now. Rice looking to throw on the flat, incomplete, batted down. That incompletion is going to make it 2nd down and 10 now. .503 left to go in the 4th. If Winona wants any chance of getting back into this game, they need to score and score quickly. Rice puts a man in motion. Looking in the flat. He's got a man and it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Mobley. Now back-to-back incompletions makes it a crucial 3rd and 10, at least for this Big Sandy defense, let alone for this Winona offense who's trying to mount some sort of a comeback here. But it all starts with converting this 3rd down. It'll not only extend the drive and give them a fresh set of 4, it'll also give them fantastic field position inside of Big Sandy territory. Ball is going to get spotted right at the left cheek of the Bear logo here in center field. Rice is going to go deep. Rice rolling. Multiple flags thrown. He runs. Head down. Battered. He is tackled at around the 33. But there is a penalty flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this thing just might be coming back. Holding penalty called against Winona. It is indeed coming back. That 10-yard penalty definitely puts a damper on things. With 4:48 left to go, it's now 3rd and 20. After our next timeout, we'll announce our 2 elite roofing players of the game. Third and 20 now. Trying to go for a quick bubble screen. Well, it is Pullum. Pullum gets bottled up at the 35, but they're only going to mark him down as a loss of 2. That'll make it 4th down and 22 to go. .401 and counting in this contest. You have to feel, if you're Winona, the sand is slowly falling out of the hourglass here. That last holding penalty surely didn't help things. 4 out wide. Rice now take another shot. Winds up, launches once, got a man, intercepted! It's picked up at the 25! Key Williams. That might be the dagger. As we take another look, Smith had a man, Rice had a man streaking downfield. It was a heck of a throw. There's not enough under it as Key Williams picks it off. And possibly what could have been the game-clinching play. First and 10 with 3:28. Now Big Sandy will take back over first down and 10. Ball is on the 35. High snap again. Turning around. It's Francis. Looking to get out of harm's way. Has a block. Gets tackled at around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back high snaps. However, this time Big Sandy able to get the football back. Wow. It's going to be second down and 30. With 2:39 left in the fourth. Now it looks like Big Sandy's just going to take their time, try to stay out of harm's way, and get out of Gladewater with a W. We now have 2:10 left in the fourth. Here's 2nd and 30 from Caden Smith. Whistle blown, flag. Could be a delay of game, and if it is, that's the first delay of game we've seen, especially with no play clock to really 100% enforce it. Interesting. That's the first delay of game penalty we've seen tonight. And it's with 2 minutes, well, less than 2 minutes to go in this game. That delay a game penalty is going to be the second longest yards to gain that we've seen tonight. Winona once had a 4th and 40. Now 2nd and 35. Hand off to Francis. Francis barrels his way through, gains 5. And now a 3rd and 30 for Big Sandy. And maybe 1 or 2 more plays, just in case both teams have 2 timeouts apiece. Big Sandy head coach Brian Pullum giving instructions to his quarterback, Caden Smith, the senior, who's had a very solid day. And speaking of solid days, congratulations to our 2 Elite Roofing players of the game. For Winona, Jaborian Cook, the senior, and the Bryson Ross, the running back from Big Sandy, with 2 touchdown rushes for 65 in the first and 33 here in the fourth, which is the game-clinching touchdown. And a guy who probably could have won it as well, Malaysia Francis on the carry, steps out of bounds at around the 30. That will keep the clock moving. No, they want the clock to be halted here. Although it's still moving. 30 seconds now. And it's going to be 4th and 17. And what is going to be the final play of this game? With 20 seconds left. Timeout, Big Sandy. They'll have 1 more left, and we'll take it with them. The final 15 and a half seconds of this classic. Back after this on the Antler Sports Network.
Everything. And Pelshay, Key, and Tyler were tough, never quits.
Fifteen and a half seconds left to go in this final period. Big Sandy taking their second timeout. They'll have 1 remaining. Looks like they're going to put this thing away. And they do. Line drive kick. 5 seconds. Return the other way by Williams. Williams tackled by multiple Big Sandy Wildcats. First one to get the hit is Evan Jitjang, and that will do it. our final score from Gladewater. Big Sandy 20, Winona nothing. We'll take a 3-minute timeout and wrap things up here from Gladewater. Back after this. This has been the Northeast Texas Football Classic on the Antler Sports Network and ASN Radio.
It's gonna be alright. How can you tell? I feel it in my heart. It's gonna be okay.
Juicy's Burgers, serving you for over 40 years.
To another day. It's gonna be alright.
There are trucks, then there's the truck, GMC Sierra. Available with the V8 engine. The Super Cruise hands-free driving experience. And of course, the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. Not just any truck, the truck.
Once again, our final from Gladewater. Big Sandy taking the final game of the Northeast Texas Football Classic over the Winona Wildcats, 20-0. Big Sandy now leads the all-time series 25-23-1 in the 48th meeting between these two. Once again, congratulations to our two elite roofing players of the game, Winona's Jaborian Cook, as well as Big Sandy's LeBryson Ross, who will be our undisputed player of the game with 2 rushing touchdowns. First, a 65-yarder in the first quarter to open up the game, and a 33-yarder in the fourth to close the game. And that will do it. This has been a fantastic opening week of high school football. Welcome to a new year, everyone. We thank you for being along for the ride. To catch up on everything high school football on the Antler Sports Network, go online to antlersn.com/HSFB. And until next time, for Matthew Hermans, for Zach Abercrombie, our executive producer, for Justin Jackson pushing all the right buttons back at our Houston ASN studios, I'm Jared Jones saying so long from Gladewater. Once again, Big Sandy 20, Winona nothing. Until next time, so long, everybody.